Let's transform energy. Graph, let's transform energy.
Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and most importantly, welcome guests. Today my speech is regarding energy. So before even I start my speech, let me go to the first slide. So this is my first slide, and I'm sure Jennifer, you are able to see the slide right there. So if you see the slide, and this is a slide to tell you the oil consumption all over the world right now. And if you can see that, currently the United States of America is the #1 in the oil consumption. And the interesting thing is the China, where everything gets manufactured, it's a #1 energy consumer. It's still at #2. Its oil consumption is half of what US is. So let me go to the second slide, which is more interesting, which is this. Here you see the world energy consumption. So China is #1 in energy consumption, while the United States is second in energy consumption. And in order to consume that energy, we need resources. So that means US doesn't have a better energy consumption plan. We totally rely on oil. While there's countries like China and other Asian countries, they have much better energy plan. They rely on other natural resources like natural gas, batteries, solar energy, wind energy. So this is something interesting to look for. Now I think, folks, it's time to stop relying on oil, because the United States mostly depends on its foreign countries for the oil. Like, for example, the three major countries are, first is Canada, the second is Saudi Arabia, which is also called OPEC nation, and the third is Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a time to stop relying on other countries, or the enemies. Now, I don't know if you know that, but so far since 1976, we have given at least $1 trillion for importing that oil from OPEC nation. That's a lot of money to sponsor terrorism, right? Now, besides $1 trillion, we have spent $6 trillion since 1976 in shipping that oil. Now let me explain how did we spend that kind of money. Now, for shipping that oil from Saudi Arabia to the United States, at any given time, US has to deploy at least 11 of these aircraft carriers. This is a very expensive ship to build. And at a given point, we deploy 11 aircraft carriers just to make sure that the routes are open. So that nobody can steal our oil. That's why we spend $6 trillion to get a commodity of $1 trillion since 1976. Now, secondly, I don't like OPEC nation because it's their monopoly who decides the price of oil per barrel. Currently, what we are trading is like something around $100 per barrel, right? So it's an OPEC nation who decides this price. I think it's time to move on, to look for a different or alternate source of energy, which is natural gas. This is much cheaper. It's very clean. It doesn't need complicated refinery like oil needs. And we have abundance in the United States. So let me show you how much do we have. Now this is just a map of the United States which shows you like where you can explore the natural gas. If I have to put you in words how much natural gas do we have, it's like we have 3 times of natural gas more than what Saudi Arabia claims for its oil. So we can sustain on natural gas for almost 300 years. Now, when I'm using natural gas, it may be confusing you because it's not the same gas which you put in your vehicles. That is gasoline. That's a liquid form of petroleum product. But here, this is natural gas, which is more gaseous stage. So something about terminology. Now, let me show you a different slide this is, before even going to this slide, now how should we roll out this natural gas? How government should roll out this kind of natural gas? Now, we are not there yet so that we can start refueling our vehicles using natural gas. And natural gas, when I say natural gas, it's called CNG, compressed natural gas, which is used in vehicles. So I think government should slowly roll out this CNG, at least to the commercial heavy loaded vehicles at least. Now, let me, if you don't know that, but we have about 8 million of 18-wheeler trucks in the whole United States. If we roll out this CNG in all of these trucks, we can reduce our dependency on OPEC nation by 60%. Now, this is a slide just to give you a comparison of how much do we save using CNG. So this is based on the assumption that you are converting your vehicle on a CNG kit so that your engine can run even using CNG. So this is $6,000 for converting your vehicle from gas to natural gas or CNG. So this means that the running of a vehicle on CNG is half cheaper than a vehicle running on a gas. But this is again based on conversion that you are using a conversion kit of $6,000. The bad thing is in the United States we don't even have good vehicles readily available on CNG. The only good vehicle which is readily available is Honda Civic GX, which is available. But the only thing is we don't have enough refueling stations. Now, here is a map of, let me go back. This is the map of the gas station, which gives you the CNG where you can go and buy. And if you see, this also shows you the average price per gallon of CNG, which is like average $2, while the gas is going higher than $4. I think folks, those days are over where we used to get cheaper oil, because it's in shortage first of all. Secondly, the OPEC nation is already said in public that they're not gonna put the prices below than $94 per barrel. So I think it's time to move on CNG. Now, what if you don't have a refueling CNG or if you don't have a station nearby you? So here we also have a kit, it's called FEL. You can install in your house, and because houses are already equipped with natural gas where you cook your food, right? So you can put this, you can install this FEL and you can charge your vehicles overnight. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think I made my point clear to you that it's time to go for a different source of energy, and let's stop depending on oil, and let's stop giving our money to enemies. Thank you.